We want to bring in a University of Dayton professor, Thaddeus Hoffmeister. If you would come over. Senator Grassley's staff has requested evidence from lawyer Michael Avenatti. Come on through here.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have you come right through here. We're moving quickly this morning.
Yes.
Okay. Who claims to represent what would be a third person with allegations against Kavanaugh. What kind of impacts could this have on Kavanaugh's confirmation?
I think it's going to be difficult for him now. I thought before maybe he had a smooth road to go.
Because it was just at high school. No one else seems to remember.
That is true, but more and more people are coming out. Yeah, and so no longer is it a she said, he said. Now that you have he said, she said. And there's more witnesses that you could bring in. I mean, this was a party, so there's more people you could call in. It's just not two individuals here involved. There's people who are all involved, who are at this party, both in Maryland, also on this Yale campus.
Right, and when you're talking about Yale, this is an educated woman, obviously. For her to come forward, now they talked about gaps in her memory. What do you know about that?
Well, I mean, I think it's always difficult to retell something that happened 30 plus years ago. And sometimes even things that happened last week, 2 weeks ago, it's not going to match up perfectly. And you imagine going back 30 years, that's difficult to remember things. But there's some things that have crystallized in this woman's memory, and that is one incident of him exposing himself to her.
Okay, so these hearings are not a legal, it's not a court. But how much does this influence how senators vote on this nomination? So, I mean, there may be no way to prove anything actually happened, but it's really about influencing decision making.
You're right. It is about public opinion. In many ways, some people have said it would actually be better to have a criminal trial because then you could have neutral parties. There's rules of evidence. None of that happens there in the Senate. It's sort of an inquisition to a certain extent, as what happened with Anita Hill. So you're right. The public opinion matters a lot, and how he's going to present and how she is going to present. That's a big factor. And people say right now that he has the lowest approval rating of any Supreme Court justice nominee.
We'll continue to watch it. I hope you'll come back.
I will.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.